Hi, I'm Laura Hoy for Benzinga, and here's a look at what you can expect from the markets today, Tuesday, October 8th. With the U.S. government heading into its second week of a shutdown, markets are becoming increasingly worried that Congress will not come to an agreement before the October 17th deadline. As a result, Treasury yields have spiked as investors back away for fear of a default. On Tuesday, they traded at 0.16%, up 14 basis points. Confidential documents from the International Monetary Fund showed that Greece's 2010 bailout package was approved despite objections from almost a third of the fund's board members. With an IMF meeting on the horizon, a restructuring of Greece's bailout package to include debt forgiveness is likely to be a hot topic. Tension between the U.S. and North Korea escalated after a spokesperson for the North Korean military warned that the U.S. and South Korea could face disastrous consequences due to the movement of a group of ships into a South Korean port. China's HSBC Services PMI fell to 52.4 in September from 52.8 in August. The fall indicates that China could be having trouble keeping up forward momentum. However, the reading was well above the 50-point mark, which indicates expansion. Alcatel-Lucent is expected to announce that it will cut 15,000 jobs in an effort to reshape its business and shift its focus onto a handful of core businesses. Asian markets were up across the board with the exception of Australia's ASX 200, which was down by 0.23%, and New Zealand's NZ50, which lost 0.37%. The Japanese Nikkei was up by 0.30%, and Indonesia's JSX Composite was up by 1.32%. European markets were lower across the board. The UK's FTSE was down by 0.72%, and the Eurozone Stoxx 600 was down by 0.47%. Italy's MIB lost 0.45%, and the German DAX was down by 0.23%. In commodity markets, energy futures fared better, with Brent futures up 0.15% and WTI futures up 0.39%. Gold lost 0.35% and silver was down by 0.45%. Industrial metals fared better, with copper up 0.46% and aluminum up 0.61%. In commodity markets, the euro continued to trade above $1.35, but the pound lost 0.22% against the dollar. The yen was down 0.40% against the greenback. In pre-market trades, Citigroup recovered a bit from Monday's 1.95% drop and gained 0.79%. Perrigo gained 0.61% in pre-market trade after gaining 4.72% over the past week. Procter & Gamble was up 0.34% in pre-market trade after a week of choppy trading. Macy's was down 0.51% in pre-market trade after falling 2.45% on Monday. On Tuesday's economic calendar, we can expect a host of Canadian data, including the trade balance, imports, exports, and housing starts. Other notable releases from around the world include the French trade balance, the German trade balance, Spanish industrial production, and Swiss unemployment rate and retail sales. And that's it for today's Market Primer. I'm Laura Hoy for Benzinga. Good luck on your Tuesday trades.